Have you ever had a strange feeling that something was wrong, but ignored it because you didn't want to risk your job? This true story is for you. After listening to this story, you won't be the same anymore. On a cold winter night in Chicago, Ethan Carter was finishing his last delivery shift. Ethan worked as a food and grocery delivery rider. It wasn't his dream job, but it paid the bills while he tried to save money for college. Most nights were simple: pizza orders, late-night snacks, or forgotten groceries. But that night, something unusual appeared on his phone. Order: rat poison. Delivery time: 12:47 a.m. Ethan frowned. Rat poison? At midnight? The delivery address was in Silver Oak Heights, one of the richest neighborhoods in the city. Perfect lawns, spotless streets, luxury apartments. Places like that didn't have rat problems. Maybe it's urgent, Ethan muttered, though something inside him felt uneasy. Still, he needed the job, so he picked up the order and headed to the address. When he arrived at the tall apartment building, the security guard stopped him. The old guard looked at the delivery bag and raised an eyebrow. "Rat poison?" he asked. Ethan nodded. The guard chuckled softly. "Kid, I've worked here 10 years. This building doesn't have rats, insects, or anything like that. The maintenance team cleans every corner twice a day." Ethan felt a chill run through his spine. If there were no rats, then why did someone order poison at midnight? For a moment, he considered canceling the delivery, but he remembered the warning email from the company the week before. Too many canceled orders could get riders suspended. Ethan sighed. "I'm just the delivery guy," he said quietly. The guard shrugged and let him in. Ethan rode the elevator to the 14th floor. The hallway was silent. When he rang the doorbell, a woman in her mid-30s opened the door. She looked pale, tired, almost frightened. She quickly grabbed the small package. "Thank you," she said softly. But before closing the door, Ethan noticed something strange. Behind her, sitting quietly on a couch, was a small boy, maybe 8 years old, watching them with wide eyes. Ethan hesitated. "Ma'am," he said carefully, "are you dealing with a rat problem?" The woman froze. For a moment, she said nothing. Then her eyes suddenly filled with tears. "No," she whispered. She looked at the poison in her hand. "I ordered it for myself." Ethan's heart stopped. "What?" "My husband left 2 months ago," she said weakly. "Bills are piling up. I lost my job. I don't know how to take care of my son anymore." Her voice broke. "I thought maybe this was the easiest way." The hallway felt heavier than the midnight air outside. Ethan slowly reached out his hand. "Please, give me that." She hesitated, then placed the poison back into Ethan's hands. Ethan took a deep breath. "I can't fix everything in your life," he said gently, "but I know one thing for sure. If you disappear tonight, that little boy in there will carry that pain for the rest of his life." Tears rolled down her face. "And trust me," Ethan added quietly, "no problem is bigger than a child who still needs their parent." For a long moment, nobody spoke. Finally, the woman wiped her tears. "Thank you," she whispered. Ethan walked back to the elevator, holding the unopened poison. The next morning, instead of completing his next deliveries, Ethan did something unexpected. He returned to that building. But this time, he came with something different. A list of job openings, food vouchers from a local charity, and the promise to help her get back on her feet. Months later, Ethan passed that same building again. The woman was standing outside with her son. She smiled and waved. That night, Ethan realized something powerful. Sometimes the most important delivery you make is hope. You never know what battle someone is fighting behind closed doors. A small moment of courage or kindness can save a life.